Welcome to this video tutorial of Articulated Pro. This is a tutorial designed for speech-language pathologists. If you're a parent of a child with an articulation delay, please look online for a video that we have designed specifically for parents so that you can learn how to navigate the app without all that speech therapy lingo that we usually talk about. My goal today is to guide you through the application so you can see the incredible features that we have to offer on Articulated Pro. To get started, what you have to do is select a player. As soon as you open the application, you're not going to see any of these players. So you can see here, I have approximately 7 or 8 different players, which are my students, that I have added in order to proceed to the next screen and start the activities. So all you have to do is tap New, enter a name. I'm going to say here Barbara, just my name. I can tap to enter a photo. And if you're not wanting to enter the student's photo, we offer a variety of avatars. Students love selecting their own avatar to represent themselves. You can enter notes here about a student. And you can also enter the email, which could be an email of a parent that you want to be constantly sharing the results from Articulated to a parent, just to show progress on the app. One main concern is that you might be concerned about confidentiality. One option is for you to, instead of entering the student's full name, you can enter their initial and add the student. So now we're going to get started. To get started with an activity, you can select one student. You see the black there. It's been selected for one student. But if you're doing a group activity, you can select multiple students. As you can see here, I've selected 3 students for the demonstration of this video. Once you've selected your student, we're going to tap play. Now you're able to see the 4 different activities that are included on Articulated. We have flashcards, we have matching, stories, and guess what? Let's start with a simple activity, with the basic flashcards. I say basic, but there's nothing basic about Articulated. First of all, I'm going to show here that we have a variety of themes. For the purpose of the initial demonstration, we're going to select our default theme. But here you'll see the name of the student at the top of the screen. And now we're going to select a goal for this specific student. Since it is the first time that the student named BT is participating on the application, we're going to have to set up a goal for them. We can select using phonemes, phonological processes, manner of articulation, or number of syllables. Let's go ahead and select, for example, the TH sounds. We select both the voiced and the voiceless TH. And here for position, I can select initial and final, or I can do all positions, or I can also do just initial and tap done. You will see here that the app will allow you to select and deselect words from the list. And it will also allow you to isolate words by their syllable. So for example, we have here TH words that are 1 syllable, 2 syllables, and also 4 syllables. If you want to include all, this is the default setting. You can also include just 1 syllable words or 1 and 2 syllable words. We're going to tap done. We're taking all these different steps because it is the first time that student has played. However, you can see here we have our second student, Julio. He has already done an activity on this application. And what Articulated does is to remember that this student already worked on the phonological process of fronting. So all we have to do is tap repeat previous. Now for my third student, Victor, the app also already remembered that Victor was working on a phoneme P in the initial position, as you can see here on the lower part of the screen. However, I'm ready to switch his goals, and I'm going to go select words by syllables. I want him to practice all multisyllabic words, regardless of sounds. And you can see here all the different multisyllabic words that are on the application. I'm going to tap done. And we're ready to get started with our flashcard activity. If you tap on the image,
30.
You get to listen to a auditory model of the word that is represented by this image. And this is the student BT. The student BT will take her turn and try to pronounce that word. If the production was accurate, we're going to mark the green button. And we go to the second attempt. And she would take as many attempts as she needs and as you want. You can mark here an approximate or incorrect. Once you're ready to move to the second student, all you have to do is tap on that specific child. You tap on their avatar and their target word with the target sounds are automatically changed.
3D glasses.
And now the student Victor
Video game.
can take his turn with all the different words that are on the application. Articulator offers words, target phonemes practice at the word, phrase, and sentence level.
Lisa screamed seeing the tarantula.
Let's take a look at the phrase.
The green avocado.
And it's very easy to switch between them. Word,
Avocado.
phrase, and sentences. The tracking is done separately. This way you can easily monitor the student's production at the word, phrase, and sentence levels separately. One of people's favorite feature on this application is the ability to go on the settings and to change themes. Whenever it's time for Christmas, we can go ahead and switch the theme, and it changes the overlay of the application. It changes the way it looks, it changes the audio sounds. And now let me take a look and show you a few other themes. We have little themes for girls.
Third.
Let's face it, we all get tired of looking at the same screen over and over again when it comes to practicing articulation skills. This themes allows kids and you to have a fresh new look on your same grade application. I'm going to show you a couple other themes and everyone's favorite, which is Halloween. You're able to voice recording and listen to the child's production every time they say a word. Whenever it's time for Thanksgiving.
Mug. Wash the mug.
Kids love it. Whenever you're ready to either terminate the activity or check out one of the other activities, it's very easy to switch activities. So let's tap on home, and what you get here is the option to terminate this session. So whenever you're done with your therapy session, just tap terminate session, or we can click on change activity. And what it does, it takes you to a new activity, and it already knows specifically which sounds and goals each student had. So it gets everything up and going for you. This matching game, it's a lot of fun. Each student will have to try to find where the image was. So for example, throw,
Thread.
And the incredible thing is that now you're giving a lot of opportunity to track each attempt to find the image.
Thick. Think. The. Than. That. Thumb. Thirst. Them. Thigh. Thereby. Throw.
Now the second student gets a chance to look at the images with his own target words. And now let me see how good I am at finding this.
Merry-go-round. Pigtail. Target. Black. Candy. Cannon. Ankle. Castle. Sugar. Marker. Cub.
There we go. Two students took their turn, and the third one now gets to look at their own target words and try to find their image.
Tarantula. America.
What I'm going to do now is show you the next activity on Articulated. Let's tap on change activity again.
What do you do when you're grateful?
And this is a fantastic activity on Articulated. It's called Guess What? and it's still targeting articulation, but now it tries to get it spontaneously and tries to get the students to guess which word they're asking.
What do you do when you're grateful? Thank. What kind of mythical creature breathes fire? Dragon. What is the name for a two-wheeled vehicle that has an engine? Motorcycle.
And you noticed here that we are still on the Thanksgiving theme. We're able to switch themes here, and I can pick, for example, the winter theme.
What is the name for a two-wheeled vehicle that has an... What is the sharp thing on a rose stem?
The great thing with this activity is that it allows students to spontaneously try to pronounce the word and try to guess, likely initiating productions at the phrase, sentence, or conversation level.
Thorn.
Now, these three activities are directly within the application. If we tap again to change activity, it takes us back to the flashcard activity, and we are able now to terminate the session. Once I terminate the session, what I'm able to do is to look at the report cards. I'm going to select on a student, and I can tap results. I can see here all the different activities, the phoneme or the target that it was for every time the student has seen us for therapy. Victor, for example, has had a total number of sessions equals to 142 times. That's a lot of therapy sessions. And you can see here target goals, then tap details to take a look at the details of the words practiced, the overall accuracy, and the percentage correct, approximate, and incorrect of every single sound. You can share these results with parents and family members or with a different clinician that is helping the student practice their articulation skills. Another great thing here on the report section is that you have access to hundreds of homework files. These are PDF files. You can just tap and email this to a parent. Yet another very cool thing on the report card section is the ability to generate certificates. If this student was working on the end sound in the initial and medial position at the word level and I tap generate, now I can send home this very cute, adorable certificate to the parents and the students to see their progress in speech therapy. Last but not least, I want to show you one of the latest activities that we have introduced on Articulated. It's the ability to practice at the stories level. I'm going to select just one student and I'm going to pick stories. I will select as many sounds as I want.
Initial M.
Each story has an image and the story that is built in. If we press on the play button, we're able to listen to the stories.
Max and his mom decided to run a marathon together. They trained together every Monday for months. Max told his mom, "You're such a cool mom. I love how you always make time for us to have..."
I'm pausing here because I want to show you that you can also just do text. You can let the students record each story as they read the story. And obviously, you can always let them create their own stories based on the scene. Finally, there are built-in comprehension questions.
Max and his mom running together.
Well, every answer is a target word within the target sound that they're working on. So since we select initial M, every answer to these questions is a target word with a target sound. If they answer it correctly, you can mark a star.
Who is running a marathon with Max?
And every time you have an open question that it was not answered correctly, you get a green section. You can always go back to it and ask the student again. As far as articulation is concerned, you are tracking the production on the right side, right next to their image, their profile. The same screen offers a variety of different stories based on the sound position.
Medial M. Final M. Cam lives on a mushroom farm.
Mushroom farm sounds fun. Now, once I complete my session, I want to show you one final cool setting within Articulated. It's the ability to add your own custom words. Right here, I have my daughter's name is Alice. Let's say for some reason the child is unable to produce their own name. So what you can do is you can take their photo, create a word, a phrase, and a sentence level to that target word. This word will appear on that child's profile every time they're practicing that sound. So you select which sound it is, you select the number of syllables, and you save. Every time you're practicing, in this case Medio L, that image will appear and they'll be able to practice words that are custom to them and make articulation practice much more relevant. Articulated is available for iPhones and iPads. You can find it on the App Store by searching either by the app name Articulated or by searching the company name, which is Smarty Ears.